Back at Dodger Stadium, ready to go down in that Dodger dugout. Close by is Alana Rizzo. Alana.
Hi, Joe, and good morning. Hyunjin Ryu activated off of the IL after dealing with a bit of neck soreness. A couple of other updates for you as far as Dodgers starters are concerned. Rich Hill is not necessarily close to getting to a bullpen session, but he did throw out to 90 feet yesterday, taking the day off today. Probably going to throw out to about 105 feet next, either tomorrow or Tuesday in Miami. No setbacks, so he should return sometime in September. Ross Stripling still dealing with a bit of pain as far as that neck soreness and right biceps is concerned. Dave Roberts said he is throwing right now, but he's a bit further out, guys.
And so the discussion with those guys becomes how much can they build them up and what role do they fall into based on that. Maybe limited to a bullpen role depending on how much they can get on those arms, how much they can build them up going into October. And let's face it, there may not be room in the postseason rotation with what the healthy guys have been doing. They get Hyunjin Ryu back this afternoon to face this Diamondbacks lineup with Tim Locastro to lead things off. Ketel Marte, the all-star in center field, hitting second. Then Eduardo Escobar, who done a nice job against 0 for 10 this weekend. Walker, Flores, and Jones through the heart of the lineup. Ahmed at short. And Friday night's hero Carson Kelly hits 8th and catches Mike Lee. Ryu last pitched on July 31st. 6 shutout innings at Coors Field, and he brings in the best earned run average in baseball at 153.
I really expect him to attack. I expect him to be the same pitcher he was before he went on the IL with little neck pull. And I think you will see his fastball, all the full metal jacket of the arsenal. I think he'll have touch and feel. I really don't expect anything different from Mr. Ryu, other than the fact that it's nice to have him back and nice to have him active.
He's just one of those guys that could fall out of bed and throw 7 shutout innings.
He just makes you smile, too, because he does it without breaking a sweat. A little bit of a challenge here. 82 degrees first pitch, but I still don't think he'll sweat very much. Nice and easy.
32-year-old out of South Korea winds and deals, and off we go with a strike to the outside corner against Tim Locastro. Joins a team that has won 9 of 11. He's been very good during the day, and the Dodgers have been very good during the day, especially at home. They're 13-1 in home day games this year. 0-2 on Locastro.
Well, Ryu doesn't come back after a little bit of a layoff and just go to a basic pitch like a 4-seam fastball. He throws 2 backdoor cutters, both excellent.
Pitch that he's transitioned to after the shoulder surgery. Used to be the slider. He's tightened it up. A cutter now. 0-2. Misses badly, ball 1. Faced Arizona a couple times this season. We talked about it a little bit off of the top, but he's been very good against them. Got the win both times, just 1 run in 13 innings. He's home with a 1-2. And he gets him in the hands of Castro. Will foul it back, and we'll do it again.
When you've been out for a while and you just haven't been in your normal rotation, the first thing you have to get used to is just the speed of the game. You know, you haven't thrown to a hitter. And then the other thing that kind of surprises you is when you get your first comebacker, if it's a hard one. It's like, oh, the ball could come back. Normally they just throw it to me and I catch it.
Doesn't it help, though, as a pitcher, you dictate a lot of the speed of the game?
You do, and I really just mean the fact that there's a hitter up there, your pulse gets a little bit going, and you feel like I'm trying to miss a bat now compared to just practicing my pitches to areas.
Hits Locastro. Guy's gotten hit by more pitches than any person in history. Well, not really, but per at bat, it's a ridiculous rate.
I'm with you, because the way he gets hit, he moves into the ball. See him hold his ground as much as he can. That front leg normally is going to get out of there because A, it's going to turn when you're about to swing the bat, and then it's going to continue to turn if you want to get out of the way, but he holds his ground.
So there you go. He gets hit about once every 10 plate appearances in his career. Something that he started perfecting when he was playing in college, Division III baseball at Ithaca College in New York.
Right-handed Chase Utley.
Yeah. Leadoff man on as Marte comes up and watches ball 1. Marte since mid-June leading the majors, hitting .388. Off the end of the bat to center field, and Christopher Negron for the first out. Negron, part of this Dodger defense, brought to you by Keck Medicine of USC. He's flanked by Beatty and Peterson today. In the infield, it's Turner and Seager, Muncy and Bellinger, and Will Smith catching. So Bellinger back in the infield at first. Position he'll play more and more moving forward, with the Jock Peterson experiment at first base done. One on one out. Here's Eduardo Escobar. Came in red hot, but he's 0 for 10. And he came in pretty much unstoppable in run scoring situations, but he's stranded 8 during this series. Second in the majors, behind just Freddie Freeman in RBIs this year. Pulls one in the air down the line, but foul, and it's 1-1.
You not only look at a lineup and you say this guy is not going to beat me, you look at where the hot guys are. And of course, then overall it would be Marte and Escobar, those two categories. And they just so happen to be hitting 2 and 3. Sometimes it can be a 6-hitter or 7-hitter that comes in hot on the short term, and you really got to watch them.
Got a chase on a change, 1-2. It's been the most valuable changeup in baseball this year.
And think about the equation there when you've got a strike thrower that has an outstanding changeup. Kind of relates back to like Kenta Maeda's outing last night when he's attacking with the fastball and throws strikes. The off-speed stuff then has a larger effect, and that's when Kenta looks like he can just buzz through a lineup. Well, most of the year, Ryu has been attacking and showing he throws strikes and then pulls the string on you.
Usage has gone up and up on that changeup. Threw it less than 20% of the time last year. Close to 30% of the time here in 2019. Two balls, 2 strikes on Eduardo Escobar. Ryu comes home, and Escobar pulls it sharply. Lunging to get it is Muncy. They get the out at second. Great job from both guys. Muncy to get to the ball, and then an awkward feed to Seager, who had an awkward step on second.
Record that out. 4 at 6M-6 at second. This is crazy. We have never seen this. I can actually say, light up the Twitter account. I have never seen this play. If you have, tell me where and when.
What about it makes it?
The fact that you had to throw across your body to the shortstop, which is normally the guy throwing it to the second baseman on that play. We've seen a flip. We've seen an underhand flip. We've seen it kind of where they're kind of crossing, but that one, Muncy had to throw back behind him because he went to his right.
Ball on Christian Walker.
Well, Muncy was cheating up the middle, goes to his right. Seager is coming towards the ball, but then ends up being the receiver of the baseball after Muncy feeds him.
Because we see more and more different looking plays because of the shift, but that was interesting. Seager scoops up this ground ball and finishes off a scoreless first inning back from the injured list for Hyun-Jin Ryu. The Dodgers come to bat against Mike Leake. Jock Peterson happy to see a right-handed starter from the Diamondbacks today. He gets his first start of the weekend with Max Muncy hitting second. Then Turner, the only right-handed hitter out of the first 5 in the lineup. Bellinger and Seager 4 and 5. Smith catching. Beatty in left. Christopher Negron in center field. Then Mike Leake makes his second start since coming over at the deadline from Seattle. He debuted for Arizona on Tuesday and gave up 3 runs over 5 1/3 despite giving up 11 hits to the Phillies.
Only 2 of those runs were earned, but yeah, back-to-back starts where he gives up more than 10 hits. And I'll tell you what, he's going to throw a lot of strikes, and the Dodgers are going to be swinging. And with the day game and the ball traveling, this could be an explosion. Leake could really get hit around today, and I think the Dodgers will be very confident climbing into the box.
He's one of those guys where you look at the game log for this year and it makes you go, huh. Peterson pops us back to play, and it's 1-1. For example, July 19th, Mike Leake took a perfect game into the 9th inning against the Angels. Wound up giving up a hit and a walk, finished off a complete game shutout. That was one start after he failed to get out of the first inning against the Angels. 7 runs on 8 hits in 2/3, and then one start later, perfect into the 9th. That ball was crushed. Did that go third deck?
Third deck, just a bit foul. There it is, the souvenir.
You don't bring your glove when you sit there.
Well, there might be a few of those because Leake is going to throw the cut fastball into the powerful left-handed hitters of the Dodgers, and they're going to be like, get him off of me. And so right there, that inside fastball right there, Jock just turned on it.
On a 1-2 pitch, Peterson gets hit. Mirror images, top of the first, bottom of the first. Leadoff man gets hit.
It is that cutter. The ball's going to be moving right to left out of Leake's hand. It's an awful lot today because the cut fastball was the most of the hard stuff as far as success, and then the secondary pitches, his best secondary pitch is his slider, a little bigger than a cut fastball.
So Peterson aboard, and here's Max Muncy, who hit a long home run, his 28th of the season last night. Leak to the outside corner, strike one. Well, the home run was nice, but it has been a bit of a slump for Muncy. He's 6 of his last 47. Other than 2, as we look back at that home run, I'd say long home run. More than it was long, it was very high arcing blast.
An up cutter. The post-game sound with Alana, who talked about how he is out in front of the cutter the last time he had faced him, and he said, I was really kind of looking for it and knowing I needed to stay a little calmer and quieter.
Said he remembered it being much slower than the fastball. Usually not a ton of differentiation in speed. He chases a changeup here, and he's the first out against Leake.
They said literally the cutter is only 2 to 3 mile an hour slower, but out of his hand it seems so much slower, and it threw his timing off.
Remember that information from facing him previously in Alex Young's relief appearance here a few weeks ago, and applied it in that early home run. No score first inning, and here comes Justin Turner. Now, Muncy not the only guy going through a bit of a slump, really through the middle part of the Dodger order. You've got Muncy, whose numbers we mentioned. Turner a mini one. He's 1 of 11 over the last few games. Bellinger on deck, 1 of his last 18. That's a strike from Leake. But the starting pitching has carried them, and here they are at 9-2 over their last 11 games, even with the offense not clicking.
We haven't talked about it much, but really, with the Dodgers, they are going through the dog days of August. And we don't talk about it because they win so much, but they're ham and egging it right now as far as the offense kind of having a lull, but the starting pitching rising up, including a couple rookies. I really think that nice rhythm here in August for when the everyday players may be starting to get a little different energy level.
Turner lifts a fly ball to left field. That ball's way back there, and he got just enough. Just enough to get it out of here for a 2-run home run. 18th for Turner, and a 2-0 lead for the Dodgers in the first.
We said Leake might give up some explosions. Over 50% of his pitches are going to be something firm, and he throws a lot of strikes. So between the two-seamer, the four-seamer, and the cutter, Justin Turner, if he gets something in the middle of the plate, he just puts a nice smooth swing on it. Leake supplies some power. Turner supplied the rest.
For Mike Leake, 28th home run allowed this season. Now comes some to Cody Bellinger, strike one. They've been better lately keeping the ball in the yard, but it's a home run that bites him early here. Big time uptick in the power numbers since the break.
He keeps that pace up, he's got a chance for 30 home runs. He's at 18, but he is hot as far as the launch angle and the distance.
So now Bellinger, one of his last 18 and 147 over his last 10. Back to your conversation about dog days hitting. 2-2.
When you get a little tired as a hitter, you can get a little jumpy because you don't feel like you have that natural strength and quickness. So you try and create it, and that gets your body out of whack. And if your body gets out of whack a little bit, then the bat is offline.
Slicing drive, left center, LaCastro back. There it goes! Turner and Bellinger back to back, and it's 3-0 in the first. Brings him within one of Christian Yelich for the major league lead. 38th of the season for Bellinger.
Good times. Two-seamer away. That has been getting crushed by the league, and the Dodgers did not wait long. Cody got it lined up on this one.
And I'll strike on Seager. Crushed.
Comes at the perfect place to start to get hot.
Seager carves this one out to left, and LaCastro will put it away. Two gone.
You go left center, you go oppo power. If you've been struggling with your average, that's the kind of thing that you have the right approach. You didn't overswing. You didn't all of a sudden hit a hook pull home run around the foul pole. You made it with a swing that you can repeat and can get you on all the different pitches.
3-0 lead, first inning, and Will Smith, the batter. It was Russell Martin last night after Will Smith started the first game of the series. Drove in a run with a double. And Will has 20 RBIs in his first 21 major league games. Down the line, but foul, and it's 1-1.
Get a full season. Watch out, Hack Wilson. I can't think of the number. Is it 150?
It's higher.
158? It's a big number for.
It's 191.
It's that high.
Yeah.
Wow.
1930. He had 159 in 1929.
Okay.
And 191 in 1930. 1-2 on Smith, and didn't get an MVP vote. What in the world? 56 home runs and 191 batted in. No MVP votes. Did they forget to vote that year?
He was blackballed.
I guess.
Hack Wilson. That's a record probably never going to be broken.
Right.
That's impossible.
Spent a couple years with the Dodgers. Those big seasons came with the Cubs. On a 2-2, Smith hits a fly ball to center field, but he's under it. I could tell Marte find it in the sun, make the catch, but a loud first inning for the Dodgers. Orel predicted that the ball may be flying today with a combination of these bats and leak and the warmth. A 2-run shot from Turner and a solo shot from Bellinger. They've had a good view for a good start. Back-to-back home runs from Turner and Bellinger and a 3-0 lead. As we remind you, the closed captioning is brought to you by Howard's Appliances. Howard's, your appliance specialists. Hyun-Jin Ryu back to the mound and home to Wilmer Flores with ball 1. Ryu in 21 starts this year has held the opponent to 2 earned runs or fewer in 20 of them. And so a 3-0 lead bodes well. So you know his ERA leads the majors at 153. There's a stat category called ERA minus, which allows you to compare ERAs across generations. So basically it gives it to you in the context of the run scoring environment, which we know right now is a very good run scoring environment. By that category, this is the best season for a starting pitcher since Pedro Martinez and his ridiculous 2000. So compared to what the rest of the league is doing, Hyun-Jin Ryu, the best single season in almost 2 decades.
And really, does he get enough pub for it? Because he's not this electric 97-mile-an-hour guy with a breaking ball and flamboyant personality. This guy doesn't sweat and barely has a pulse. He's great. Location and change speeds.
And isn't that a lot of the beauty of it? That everybody's 97 these days. And he's doing that. 2-2.
Yeah, he's the golfer with the great putter and the great wedge game. And then the guy that gets all the hype is the guy hitting all the long drives. He controls his distances and his speeds.
Gets a chase, 1.5 feet off of the plate. His first strikeout of the game, and Flores the first out of the second.
You could say that's just bad hitting, but when you throw a backdoor cutter, it comes from 6-8 inches off the plate and comes over and catches the outside. Then you throw the changeup in the same window and tails away from him. The hitter looks terrible.
Adam Jones with the bases empty and 1 gone. Not just the best since Pedro in 2000, but the 5th best of all time when compared again to the rest of the run scoring environment across the league. The guy at the top of that list was in 1880 when they were throwing underhand. It's a soft ground ball off the end of the bat. Muncy shifted around to gobble it up, throw Jones out. Tim Keefe in 1880. Single best ERA minus.
No,
Pedro Martinez in 2000.
That first guy didn't count.
Okay,
so I already put Ryu at 4th.
Okay, well, so we'll get rid of Tim Keefe. I'm sorry, Tim, if you're listening. Congratulations on living for 200 years. Dutch Leonard in 1914. Greg Maddux in 1994. And Hyun-Jin Ryu in 2019. You can't say you're getting rid of Dutch Leonard because it was the dead ball era, because he's compared to other dead ball era pitchers.
Okay.
Again, that's the whole point of the
underhand
category.
Lost me on the first one.
Yeah, for sure. We can get rid of old Tim.
He's real old.
He's up there now. Born in 1857. Cambridge, Massachusetts.
Wow.
That is strike 1 on Nick Ahmed.
But one of the best in his generation.
Yeah. He had a 0.86 ERA in 1880 and went 6-6.
That was a very soft ball. That was not a dead ball. That was like a beach ball that didn't go anywhere.
Couldn't quite get it to the back door there, and it's 2-1. Back to Ryu. A 1-2-3 second. Couple first inning home runs for the Dodgers. Turner and Bellinger in a 3-0 lead to the second. Let's check out the Arizona defense, brought to you by Keck Medicine of USC. LaCastro, Marte, and Jones. In the infield, it's Escobar and Ahmed. Flores starts at second, Walker at first, and Carson Kelly catches Mike Lee. Matt Beatty the lead off the second as the Dodgers bring the bottom third of the order up against Leake. A good month of August so far for Matt Beatty, although limited playing time this weekend with the two left-handed starters thus far. But he's hitting .333 this month. On an 0-1 from Leake. Strokes a line drive left center field, base hit to lead off the second. Stumbling his way around first aggressively with his mind on second. He throws on the brakes and retreats. A leadoff single.
He'll creep above 300. He'll creep below 300. But it seems like no matter where he is statistically, you feel very comfortable with him in the box that he's going to have a very professional approach.
Negron hit third last night. Not El Bencho, but dropped down to the 8th spot. Went 1 for 2, drove in another run. He has a hit in 8 of his 9 games in Dodger blue.
Right after an intentional walk to Justin Turner. Show me a little respect.
Right? You know who I am? You watched me the last week? I'm Negron James.
That's right. Players Weekend.
Roller to short. Could be 2. 6-4. Not in time. Negron beats it out. Fielder's choice.
He can play the big game, hit home run in Colorado, and he can play, run the floor. No double play against that guy. He's got some wheels. Great feed from Ahmed. The turn was solid, but Negron can beat it out.
Yeah, hopefully nobody ever argues that we are, you know, old man get off my lawn kind of thing. So I preface this statement with that. It's kind of a bummer that the Dodgers-Yankees series is Players Weekend. So we're not going to get to see those classic jerseys against each other. Ryu bunts it foul. Yeah. I'm all for Players Weekend,
right?
Obviously.
I understand,
but I'd love to see
kind of the classic.
Yeah,
the classic matchup in the pictures.
We may see it in October.
Yeah. Okay, they can make up for it there.
Or if they have a really good series, maybe they play the World Series in the Backstreet Boys uniforms. The all whites.
Yeah.
Ryu pushes the bunt back to Leake, glances at second and throws to first. Now the scoring position goes Negron. Back to the top of the order for Jock Peterson with 2 out.
Number 31, Jock Peterson.
Jock got hit by a pitch to open the game and scored on Turner's homer. It's quietly been a good run for Peterson. He had that 0 for 24 skid, but has gone 7 of his last 14 since. Leake's first one. Fades back in there, strike 1. Oh, 2.
2 outs, 2 strikes. The easiest time to score on a hit from second base. With Negron's wheels, usually no problem. But if Jock happens to hit a bullet, when the ball enters the strike zone with 2 strikes and 2 outs, you really get a large secondary lead. You can read ball strike from out there visually. So when it's near the center of the plate, you really can get off because your teammate is either struck out or he's put it in play or fouled it off.
Ground ball, base hit center field to make it 4-0. Jock Peterson with a 2-out RBI single, scoring Christopher Negron.
The hit is not about exit velocity, it's about placement, and just a little one-handed flick of the wrist got it through the infield.
Here's Muncy with the Dodgers very aggressive so far this afternoon against Leake. You talked about him being in the zone as frequently as any pitcher in baseball. But the Dodgers on this season swing at fewer pitches than any team in the league, about 45%. They're swinging at more than 60% of the pitches Leake is throwing today, anticipating good pitches to swing at. On a 1-0, Muncy fouls it back, and it's 1-1.
When you throw a lot of strikes, you've got to be able to change speeds. When you throw a lot of strikes, you've got to make the ball go in a couple different directions. So he's been hit by his 2-seamer, but the cutter's been successful this year. And his changeup and his slider have been pretty good, but it's a good team he's facing today.
Cuts it into the hands of Muncy to retire him and finish the Dodgers in the second, but they add one. The 2-out base hit from Jock Peterson. Dodgers 4, Arizona 0 to the third. Joe Davis, Or Hershiser, and Alana Rizzo, and Hyun-Jin Ryu in his first game back from the injured list. Couple scoreless innings.
Getting the 4 runs takes the stress level down of coming back and getting used to being a big league game again.
That is ball 1 on Carson Kelly. Kelly on Friday night, game-tying home run against Jansen in the 9th, game-winning home run against Urias in the 11th. El Bencho on Saturday. First career 2-home-run game. Leads the majors, by the way, in 9th-inning homers, 7 of the 16 that he's hit. Former Cardinals farmhand takes curveball for a strike, and it's 1-2. Here's the return on the Paul Goldschmidt deal. Native of Portland, Oregon. Drafted as a third baseman, moved to catcher after a couple pro seasons, and his mentor was Yadier Molina. So he was the guy that brought him along. He was also the guy that stood in his way. Kelly only got a few opportunities at the major league level. And if you're up as the second catcher on Yadier Molina's team, you're not playing very often. So any opportunity that Carson got, he said he tried to be the best hitter ever in every at-bat and overtried. 2 balls, 2 strikes. He hit 154 in his couple of major league call-ups. This season he's at 268 with 16 home runs. Finally getting an opportunity where he doesn't have to worry about making a great impression every time he steps up there. On a 2-2 from Ryu. A curve falls out of the sky to get him 1 gone.
Dodger fans, Los Angeles Dodger baseball is here on MLB.tv. Watch select games live on your favorite supported devices. Blackout and other restrictions apply. For regular season games, visit MLB.tv for details.
You know, Ryu's last start in Colorado, really impressive. 6 shutout innings at Coors Field, where he'd gotten lit up in late June. And he did that with just 1 strikeout. Strike 1 on Leake. It's one of 3 games across baseball this season of 6 shutout innings with 1 or 0 Ks. I bring that up now because he just passed that total, the second this afternoon.
Just kind of saunters back to the rubber. Oh, okay, I'll step on it. I'll put my hand in my glove and relax a little bit. All right, here I go.
Nice and easy for strike 2.
In a rocking chair. All right, let's walk back up the hill. Here we go. A little housekeeping there with my spikes in the dirt.
But a really nice rocking chair.
It is a nice rocking chair.
Got him looking. Leake's going to say, okay. I hope that'll be a strike. The rest of the day for me, too.
2 backdoor curveballs. One to get Kelly and now to get Leake. Where they're caught and where they barely cross the plate. 2 different places. Look more like a strike after they land.
Faces the only guy that reached against him today, Tim Locastro, who got hit to open the game. Tim made his major league debut with the Dodgers 2 years ago. On a 2-0, he takes a strike. Evens up 2-2. Ryu with a chance to strike out the side. He's got each of the right-handed hitters he's faced on curveballs looking.
Last at bat against Locastro, he had worked him away and then was going to finish him in, and Locastro finished the at bat by leaving his thigh in there. Probably be a little nervous about going in there. Yeah, he shook inside and is going away.
On a 2-2. In the air, short right. Jock Peterson is there. And Hyun-Jin Ryu's through 3 no-hit innings with the Dodgers in front 4-0.
Carl's cam, and it is Justin Turner. And boy, has he hit the ball well, especially with the power. And Bellinger, with what he's done this year, going back to back. Seems like that should happen more often, as hot as they are, but it was a rarity.
Turner leading off this 3rd, taking ball 1 from Mike Leake. And now ball 2. Dodgers had just 1 home run over the last 4 games, scoring a total of 11 runs in those 4 games. But they had 2 in the first inning alone. On pace to have more than 1,000 more home runs across baseball than last year. You see, we had another 2-3 home run games yesterday.
Okay.
2 of them.
2.
2-3 home run games. Aristides Aquino of the Reds, which we talked about. Turner getting under this one. It's deep, but a little bit too high and caught by Marte. And then former Dodger farmhand Yordan Alvarez, who's traded to Houston in the Josh Fields deal. Also a 3 home run game. We've had 18 3 home run games across baseball this season, already the 3rd most in a season in the history of baseball.
Already with a month and a half to go or whatever?
Yeah, the record is 22 in 01.
We're going to pass it.
Yeah, you would figure.
Maybe by 4 or 5. Things that make you go,
Bellinger 4 for his last 29, but 3 of those 4 hits have been home runs. And in a dangerous count, Leake comes home with a strike, 2-1. Mike Leake, 31-year-old out of San Diego in his 10th major league season. Rocks and fires. 6 years in Cincinnati, and then was traded at the deadline for the first of what is now 3 occurrences of that. So he went from Cincinnati to San Francisco at the deadline in 15, from St. Louis to Seattle at the deadline last year, and then Seattle to Arizona just a couple weeks ago. Brings a payoff to Bellinger, and we'll do it again. Former 8th overall pick, same draft that Steven Strasburg went first. Leake went 8th to the Reds in 2009. And became the first starting pitcher in more than 20 years to go straight from being drafted into the majors. He's the first guy since Jim Abbott to do that. Out of Michigan.
Yep. Both big-time strike throwers command the baseball, and it gives you a lot of confidence when you're a big league scout, then general manager, then you get him to the big league level right away, because you're just like, these guys don't back down, and you can really evaluate their stuff. You're not evaluating potential and saying we've got to groom him. You're evaluating what he's doing right then, and it's in the strike zone, and they just jump right to the big leagues. But it is a rarity.
Eighth pitch to Bellinger. Chopper to first, stabbed by Walker, feeds Leake, 2 out. Well, we've seen both Turner and Bellinger take steps towards ending their slumps. Bellinger or Seager we've seen Turner and Bellinger take steps towards ending their slumps with a home run. Seager trying to do the same. He's 4 of his last 30 after the first inning flyout.
Just looking for Corey to put a string of at-bats together where you really go, okay, he's squaring it up. Not just kind of sprinkling in a hit here and there, but even if you only get 1 hit on the day, but there are 3 of the 4 at-bats where you hit the ball hard.
That's hit hard. Down the line to right. Hustling over to get it is Jones, but it'll be extra bases for Corey Seager. 2-out double.
Pretty swing right here. Nice to see him pull the ball. And pull the ball in the air, not roll over it. So he gets just enough of it. Little top spin line drive into the corner.
That's one thing Seager has done consistently. Even with all the time that he's missed, he leads the team in doubles. Picks up another one there to give Will Smith an opportunity with 2 gone. And a cue shot foul, strike 1. It's almost time for Will Smith to go to Miami. Three with the Marlins, 3 with the Braves on this upcoming trip. Wonder if Dieter knows that one.
Going to Miami.
Yeah, welcome to Miami.
Welcome to Miami. Thank you.
Fly ball to left field. LeCastro back. Track. Wall. Gone. Third home run of the day for the Dodgers. Belongs to Will Smith. "22 games in the majors, 22 RBIs.
The bats are hot today. A Sunday day game, the ball's carrying, but I'm not sure these Dodger hitters, Bellinger, Turner, Smith, they don't need the extra carry. They are supplying the power. That young man is hot.
7 homers and 22 driven in 22 major league games. Ball one on Matt Beatty. But as a pitcher, you got to be saying, like, really?
As far as the
that
ball
goes out, yeah.
I think they were at the beginning of the season. I think you just slowly get numb to it now, and you know when it leaves the bat. It's, as a pitcher, you learn from the crack of the bat and the swing, like, that one's gone. At the beginning of the year, it's like, really? Now I think with as many as Leak has given up, it's like he knows right at the crack of the bat it's probably out of here.
It's like when you play the video game on the hardest level and you just can't win, and you say this is stupid and turn it off.
Go to
what
medium.
Are you gonna do? Yeah. Break a controller or two.
Don't do that.
30 home runs allowed this year.
It's not a good generation right now to be a fly ball pitcher.
Thing is, he's always been a ground ball pitcher, one of the very best, as he walks Matt Beatty. And the ground ball rate not quite as high as what he usually is. But still.
Crunchy nacho overstuffed quesadilla, only $5 and only at El Pollo Loco. Feed the flame.
Mike Butcher has visited every one of his starters in this series. The Dodgers have put him into a predicament, or the starters have. Today, Leak with the home run ball, but the other two were not throwing strikes when he came out to visit.
So a double from Seager, homer from Smith, and a walk from Beatty brings Negron to the plate with 2 out. And the Dodgers already up 6-0, getting 3 in the first, 1 in the second, and 2 here in the third. Negron attacks the first pitch, and it's foul.
A couple of those guys right there have made this game very entertaining so far. There's the third.
Ground ball to third. Escobar's got it. Long throw with a fast runner. That's a heck of a play from Eduardo Escobar to get Christopher Negron. They're saying hold on. They will go to the phone, check in with Chad Chop in the Dodger video room. Safe, they're saying. Or were they saying no, don't challenge? No, don't challenge. So the Dodgers get 2, lead at 6-0.
Hyunjin Ryu with a lot to work with here, with his team having a 6-0 lead in the top of the 4th inning. And Hyunjin Ryu's earned run average coming into this game, putting him in some pretty good company. Time now for the connection to the game, brought to you by T-Mobile. And you have to go back to the Bob Gibson days to find a single season earned run average better than what Hyunjin Ryu is doing right now and what Dwight Gooden did in 1985, a year before the 1986 Mets won it all. You can see Greg Maddux, the most recent to have done it, back in 1994, and Luis Tiant back in 1968 with the Cleveland Indians, a 1.60 ERA, guys.
2 of those guys on there, Alana. 1968, that is the year of the pitcher. So good that they lowered the mound after it. Ketel Marte opens the 4th for Arizona and takes a strike.
Great years by Don Drysdale and Bob Gibson. They did lower the mound. Started to adjust the strike zone also. And what lowering the mound does is it makes it harder to throw the ball hard, and it gets the ball on the plane of the bat. So then the pitcher has to manipulate it a little bit more to get the ball off the plane of the bat.
Nice play by Turner. Will have to hurry. In time, 1 away.
Last 2 outs recorded by the 3rd baseman, 1 on the Arizona side, and now the Dodgers turnabout is fair play, and Justin Turner, good job getting it in the leather, getting to his feet, the strong throw. When he takes infield practice, he'll take some backhands and on purpose let his head get turned away from first base so he can practice understanding where first base is even when he's not looking at it.
Strike 1 on Eduardo Escobar.
So even though he could be making a casual ground ball backhand, he will then just turn himself away from the field and first base on purpose, like he's lost his balance, and then find that bag.
Weak pop fly, right center field. Peterson and Negron. It's Jock Peterson for out number 2. Hyunjin Ryu cruising along here in his first start off of the injured list. Here's Christian Walker. Hit the leadoff man, Tim LeCastro. He's retired 11 in a row since then. Got Walker to ground weakly to short.
I don't think Ryu hit him. I think LeCastro got himself hit.
I'm with you. Here's that hit batsman.
I'm getting out of the way. I'm getting out of the way. Nope. Turning back and holding my ground.
And then some. But that's it. Now Ryu on the season a little bit under 15 pitches per inning, which ranked 2nd in the majors. Even better than that so far today.
That is a gorgeous line right there. That is efficiency.
It's a rookie Mike Soroka in Atlanta, only guy that is more efficient.
One of the things that you lose when you haven't been out there in the game for a while, when you've been hurt, is your feel. But Ryu has been outstanding with his touch and feel today. The changeup has really been the best pitch.
Kicks and deals 3-1, and Walker hits it off the end of the bat into right for the first hit of the game for Arizona.
Changing speeds, pulling the string on you, getting a weak contact, which he's gotten most of the day, and this weak contact ends up in the air. That is right off the end of the bat. The baseball could be cut if he's swinging with a cupped bat.
Strike one on Wilmer Flores, and that hurt.
Give him a little time because, of course, you've got the pad there, and of course the ball misses the pad. All it takes is just hitting that foot once and you start wearing the pad.
0-2.
He just jumps at the hitter from the stretch like that, and they see that great arm speed, and then it just comes out like the ball comes out like it has a parachute on it. It just stops. They're just so far out in front of it.
Punch to second for Max Muncy. Arizona gets its first hit of the game, but nothing to show for it. To the bottom of the fourth, 6-0. Dodgers with runs in all 3 innings so far against Mike Leake, and Hyun-Jin Ryu takes ball 1. Left-handed pitcher, bats right-handed because he technically is right-handed. Started playing baseball when he was 10 and just began throwing with his left hand because his dad gave him a left-hander's glove. That mistake can happen to anybody, but you've got to be a freak of an athlete to have it work for you. How about a base hit to center field for Hyun-Jin Ryu? So he's got 4 shutout innings. He's got a sacrifice bunt. He's got a base hit. And so far, he's got a perfect Sunday afternoon.
His eye-hand coordination is off the charts. His athletic ability, his athletic wiring, ridiculous. Doesn't need to practice, but throws some of the most strikes in the big leagues. Doesn't walk people. Can hit for power, but we just haven't seen it yet.
Yeah. One of these days. Peterson's been on both times. Got hit and scored on the home run from Turner in the first and drove in a run with a single in the second. Back to Leake. Goes the second one. The first a double play.
Second baseman Max Muncy.
And here's Muncy. Strike one.
I got a pretty good feeling about this at bat. This is a good matchup for Max.
You calling it?
I think I am. Can I about call it?
Ooh. Oh, that was the 1-0.
Oh, yeah. I'm taking it back.
Yeah,
right
go
now.
ahead.
I'm taking it back. It's 0-2.
Right.
It's 0-2. But that was the one I was feeling right there. I was like, oh, come on, Max, let me down.
He has homered with 2 strikes before.
I think it's something like 50% of his at-bats at least get to 2 strikes, and then 3-2 counts. He leads like the big leagues in 3-2 counts. He's a deep count guy and not afraid of 2 strikes. I was reading it the other day.
Read about it in a book.
Yeah. No, it was notes. I was reading it. It was on paper. Well, books are on paper and on tablets, on tape.
They still do that.
Yeah, they do. You don't have to buy the CD.
Lee Combe with another 0-2, and Muncy pulls it into the shift, caught by Ahmed to finish the Dodgers in the 4th. For 0 put up today by Leake. Broadcaster Red Barber, who was Vin Scully's mentor, on this date in 1951 broadcasted the first color TV broadcast of a major league game. Ebbets Field in Brooklyn, Dodgers beat the Braves 8-1. They selected a great pitching matchup for the first live color broadcast. Ralph Bronco over Warren Spahn in that game. Red Barber actually called the very first televised game, obviously black and white, but the first televised major league game period in 1939 at Ebbets Field. And his first year as the Dodgers announcer, Adam Jones pulls a base hit on the first pitch against Ryu here in the 5th.
Number 13, Nick Ahmed.
Not a lot of stress for Ryu. Only 3 base runners. One has been the leadoff hitter of the game, and LeCastro. So he's pitched with a man on first, no outs, and posted a 0 still today.
7 hitter Ahmed. Corner, strike. Going 2.
Well, he'd like to get it hit on the ground, and he'd like to get it to the pull side because the right side is wide open. And the ground balls, he has got them often today. 7 out of the 11 have been hit on the ground.
There's another one on the ground. Turner goes to second and gets the lead runner.
Nobody loves their team like the city of Los Angeles loves the Dodgers. And on Wednesday, August 21st, the best fans in baseball can take home an LA Bleeds blue cap, presented by Security Benefit. For tickets, visit Dodgers.com/promotions.
All kinds of hats. Carson Kelly with a man on and 1 out.
So now 8 of the 12 outs have been made on the ground, and the Dodgers haven't made an error for a while. Their fielding has gotten a lot better.
5 games in a row. No errors. Been a generous outside corner on that curveball all day from Tony Randazzo.
They really were in a slump there for what, almost 3 weeks, 2 weeks for sure.
I mean, a month and a half, really.
Was it that long?
Yeah. Really bad for a couple weeks, but not very good for a stretch of about a month and a half. Good to get it tidied back up. Just more fun to watch. I guess that's obvious, but there's something about a well-played defensive game that is so much more pleasant.
And I think with the team as well as they've played and having the best record in baseball, best home team in baseball, that you start to nitpick, and these little things start to really stand out, and you start not comparing it to how are they going to improve, but you compare it to, like, how are they going to win a championship with that? And so the overall numbers are fantastic, but everybody gets a little fine-tuned with their thinking when they just see a game or a string of games where a certain portion of the team is out of whack. But I think all in all, this team is going to be firing on all cylinders at the right time. It's a long grind, 162 games, and it can get a little longer when all of a sudden you've got the lead they have. They are in preparation mode. It's unbelievable this early in the season to be in preparation mode for the playoffs.
Kenta and Kershaw over there speaking baseball. 3-2 pitch. Kelly hits it down the line. Peterson will give it a look. Out of room. Well, the Astros, after beating the Orioles 23-2 yesterday, today showed us why we play the games. Orioles 8, Astros 7. And the Dodgers retake the best record in baseball by themselves. Came into the day
percentage points behind.
Houston have won 8 straight before today. (3-2) again, and ball 4. First walk issued by Ryu, and the Diamondbacks are at first and second with 1 gone.
If the Dodgers win today, they only have to play .500 baseball the rest of the year in the 42 games to win 100 games. That's amazing. 100 games if you win today and then play 500. They're on pace for a franchise record 106.
First time Arizona's had a man in scoring position today. Leake takes ball 1 from Ryu. We were having, of course, these same conversations in 2017, saying there's no way they don't set the franchise record. And then they had that miserable stretch. Dave Roberts and the Dodgers trying to guard against that happening again. Leake able to lay it down effectively. Smith will throw him out, and the runners advance to second and third.
That's a really good bunt. Ryu, an outstanding fielding pitcher. Cody Bellinger has shown his amazing work with the glove and the arm. And Will Smith, a young, fast catcher behind the plate, but he deadens it out there perfectly. The beauty of the game of baseball. 6-0, pitcher up there with 1 out, sacrificing over, and just gets it done beautifully.
Under light blue skies, 80 degrees. Hard to beat it. Second and third, 2 gone. Timlo Castro takes ball 1. Opponents this season against Hyun-Jin Ryu with runners in scoring position and 2 out. 6 for 47. Big part of that earned run average is the fact that he has stranded runners at a higher rate than anybody but one guy across baseball. Chopper to short. Seager's there. Steps into the throw, and time to get Lo Castro, and he strands 2 more. Halfway home in a 6-0 game.
Time now for the StatCast AI presented by AWS. And it's Justin Turner's home run. He has been hitting these often lately. 37 degrees, 375 feet. And there have been a couple of others that have matched him. Dodgers with 3 home runs today. Smith, Bellinger, and Turner.
Who is set to lead off this 5th inning? Dodgers trying to get it going in the late innings in this series. They are 1 for 33 after the 4th. Put in a good day's work over the first 4 innings, though. 3 in the first, 1 in the second, 2 in the third against Leake. Well, Arizona, interesting at the deadline. They go into it right there in the thick of things in the wild card race. One of the best run differentials in the National League, which tells you that they're a better team than their record shows. They trade Zach Greinke, but they also acquire Zach Gallen from Miami, very good young starting pitcher, and this guy here, Mike Leake, from Seattle. Kind of threading the needle to continue to give themselves a chance, while at the same time moving Greinke's big contract and continuing to plan for the future. And to the day 2.5 back of the wild card. Who didn't? High fly ball. Has Turner done it again? His second of the afternoon. They lead it by a touchdown and an extra point on the 4th home run of the day.
Breaking ball, and he gets down and underneath it. It hung to the inner half at 81. Justin Turner has a beautiful swing to hit the low breaking ball, get under the ball, and get in the air. This one farther than the last one that we just had on StatCast.
Bellinger takes a ball. So 19 this season for Turner. Bellinger towards the right field corner. He's got his second hit of the day. Home run in the first, double in the 5th.
Back-to-back home runs in the first. Now home run and double, back-to-back hits. Meat of the order getting it done today.
Mike Leake in 2 games with Arizona now. And let's see. 9 2/3, 9 1/3. Has given up 20 hits. Starts Seager with the ball. He's never going to be somebody who's going to challenge for the Cy Young. He's never going to be an ace necessarily, but he's somebody who's going to post. He's going to pitch innings, and that's something that they could really use with the injury issues they've had. Seager hits it hard, deep right field, off of the glove of Jones. Bellinger, of course, had to wait with that ball looking like it was going to be caught, and with nobody out, no reason to be too aggressive. 2nd and 3rd. To rule a base hit and a double for Seager, his second.
Tracking it, got an eye on it, just didn't put the right part of the leather on it. I'm in Corey's corner, but I'm surprised that's a hit.
Jerry White feeling generous on this gorgeous Sunday. 2nd and 3rd, nobody out, and Will Smith comes up. And just finish up that point on Mike Leake posting innings. He's on his way to an 8th consecutive season of 30 or more starts. And he's got another year left on his contract, so he figures to be in the rotation next year with a mutual option for 2021. So very well done by Mike Hazen in the front office of Arizona. Not necessarily standing pat, addressing the Zach Greinke contract and then addressing the margins of the roster. Should be deep enough to bring home Bellinger. Jones makes the catch. Smith is driven in another. Third RBI of the day, 23rd in 22 Major League games. I put Beatty on intentionally and bring up Christopher Negron for the righty-righty matchup.
Righty-righty matchup, but not a guy you can get a double play off of. So really kind of setting the table.
Seager at third, Beatty at first. He quietly has reached all 3 times today. Single walk, intentional walk. Leak to Negron, the 0-2 pitch. Got him to chase, 2 out.
Now the intentional walk looks good. You get that right-on-right strikeout. He ran a few balls inside on him and then took him away with the slider.
But now you got to face Babe Ryu. Sharply to short, but on a bounce, Ahmed's got it. And he goes to second to end the inning. Dodgers have scored in 4 of the 5 innings today. Second home run from Justin Turner, and it's 8-0.
Welcome back, everybody. Dodgers with an 8-0 lead. Christopher Negron back on defense here in the top of the 6th inning. I had a quick conversation with him earlier today about being in the 3-hole in the Dodgers lineup yesterday. He said, honestly, I was a bit surprised when I saw my name in the 3 spot in yesterday's lineup. He said, I've hit there before in the minor leagues, but never at the big league level. And I said, also the opportunity to capitalize after JT was intentionally walked to get to you. He said, anytime you can come up big in that moment, you certainly appreciate it. He goes, I understand why you want to intentionally walk JT, but he goes, it was nice to be able to capitalize. And again, guys, a bit surprised to see him in the 3-hole yesterday. Today, batting 8th.
Because he's been in the majors a decent while, spot duty here and there, but this would be the best team he's been a part of, yet it's the one that he hits 3rd for. 8-0. They lead it today as Hyun-Jin Ryu misses with his first pitch to the 2-hitter Ketel Marte. So 5 more shutout innings for Ryu, whose earned run average on the year is down to 147. Marte flexes one into right center that'll sink in for a base hit. As we move near the end of the season here, what, 7 or 8 more starts left for Ryu, you'd figure. You start to talk about the Cy Young conversation a little bit more intently. And the main competition right now, you figure, is Max Scherzer. So our Landover Performance Spotlight puts these guys side by side as far as the key categories where they rank. Ryu with the advantage as far as wins go if you're looking at it from a traditional perspective, with 11 coming in. Not a high strikeout guy. Kerr falls in for a strike on Eduardo Escobar. Should that dock you that much?
I don't think it should. It's going to be a very interesting race. You've got the reputation of the guy who's right in the hunt every year, and then another guy who's kind of appeared on the scene of pitching a healthy season at a really high level.
Back-to-back soft hits against Ryu here in the 6th.
So is it going to be kind of like you got to knock out the champ, or are you really going to look at it with neutral eyes?
Back on a one-year qualifying offer. Who would have thought coming into the year the Hyun-Jin Ryu would be leading the Cy Young conversation with a little more than a month to go?
He's pitched at a very high level for a long periods of time, but it's all about staying healthy, and now coming back and being healthy, it's been really an exceptional year.
2 on, nobody out. Christian Walker takes a ball. He's the 3rd longest tenured Dodger now. Kershaw, Jansen, and then Ryu. And really could have tested the free agent market, but decided to take that qualifying offer. He's going to have plenty of suitors this next time around. Free agent again following this season.
But does he want to stay in LA?
Which he's talked about feeling like home for him. LA County has the largest Korean population in the country. Larger than the next 3 on the list counties combined. He factored into his decision to sign here in 2013, and he says was a big deal in helping ease the transition and helping talk him into taking that qualifying offer this last winter. Fly ball to deep right. Peterson running out of room, but just enough. Jock made a catch crashing into the left field wall last night. Goes into the right field wall tonight. Today for the first out of the 6th.
And Jock has got a magnet to these walls. This one just his back with the impact. The one last night, it really got his elbow and his wrist, and that really kind of got him a little bit. He felt some pain on his glove side. No worse for wear today.
Wilmer Flores out of the 5 spot, trying to break up the shutout. Grounded to 3rd, turn it to 2nd, 1, and they turn a double play to keep it all zeros.
Tonight's top tier plays of the game brought to you by Arco. The 4 home runs by the Dodgers. Started the game with 193 home runs, leading the National League, and now up to 197 home runs, still leading the National League. Mike Leake got hit by Mr. Turner twice. And in between, of course, Bellinger and Smith.
Hope you're having a great Sunday. 8-0 game to the bottom of the 6th, and Matt Andriese replacing Mike Leake.
Just trying to eat some innings for the Diamondbacks to protect the rest of the bullpen. They'd like to see him go at least 1, maybe more, of course. And the Dodgers want to add on and have this be a really happy Sunday. Ryu looks like he's going to continue on.
Couple defensive changes for you. Blake Swihart is in left. Tel Marte now at second base. Tim Locastro in center field. Top of the order for Andriese. Starts Peterson with a breaking ball, strike 1. Peterson attacks one that was up and bangs a base hit to right. His second hit of the day.
Tomahawks it. To throw a tomahawk, you kind of throw it overhand, get it up above your shoulder, and that's about where that pitch was. Up there around the shoulder.
Remember the Diamondbacks had a pitcher named Josh Colmenter a few years ago who had kind of a hatchet throwing delivery over the top, tomahawk.
Right.
He actually got that throwing motion, I recall, from throwing tomahawks, throwing hatchets at trees growing up in rural Michigan.
Yep.
He was big time for a while. Bright future they thought he had. Leadoff man aboard for Muncy, who fouls off the first pitch. You're talking about the Dodgers leading the National League in home runs. Twins leading baseball. And the Twins are on pace to set the all-time single season record on September 3rd.
Wow. That's jaw-dropping.
Aren't you glad you're up here now?
No.
Still want to be down on the mound?
People ask me, do you miss pitching? And I say, I miss pitching well. I don't miss getting bombed. I don't miss the outing that Mike Leake had today.
Most guys get bombed these days.
Oh. It's really interesting because you'd want to be a ground ball pitcher, but then the hitters are developing swings that attack the low pitch. So pitchers even throwing 88 miles an hour are trying to pitch up in the strike zone to make them pop it up. But if you miss up and have to bring it down into kind of the meat of the strike zone, long fly balls are home runs now. They just seem to go a little longer right now. You don't have to seem to hit them quite as hard.
The game right now is very home run heavy. Era of the 3 true outcomes. A lot of home runs, a lot of strikeouts, a lot of walks. Do you see it adjusting anytime soon to where bat to ball is more valued organization wide across the game? Because right now it's home runs that pay.
Right.
Even if you strike out.
Yeah, I think it's a sensitivity to having the guys play the game that the managers and the hitting coaches have to kind of push. And they have to raise the value on the team and how you value the player. I'm not sure it'll ever get to the point where it is valued in the contract negotiation. But you'd like to have some team players that will try and beat the shift, that will try not to strike out, will try to have those productive outs and be able to move the ball around.
All that said, the teams that typically win the whole thing do have that bat to ball dimension. Something the Dodgers have a whole lot more of this year than they have in years past. Same slug that they've had during the back-to-back pennant runs. A better bat to ball. It's a grounder into the shift. Ahmed shovels it left side. The throw to first not in time.
Max didn't get a Bang Bang Maxwell. It's the song that Dieter was playing while he was up to plate.
Should I know that?
Yeah, it's a Beatles song. Bang Bang Maxwell.
Oh, yeah.
Silver hammer down.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, he didn't get a bang bang there. He's a little frustrated with that ground ball.
Ran fast enough, though, where it wasn't bang bang at first.
That's true.
That's a good thing for him.
And I think it wasn't bang bang at first because of the instant replay and your foot has to actually be on second base. I think you would have had a scene in the vicinity play back in the day where you just kind of brush against it, but you don't have the ball yet.
The old neighborhood play.
Yeah, turn it a little quicker.
Good enough. We talked about the 3 home run games across baseball. Justin Turner owns one of the 18 in the sport this year, and he's sitting on 2 with at least this one more at bat here.
Negata DeVita. Dieter just dropped a little on there.
Oh, I thought you were speaking Latin to me all of a sudden or something. Strike two.
I think I got it right because he's coming back with it
again.
He is really expanding our width and depth of music knowledge.
For sure.
I told him about these shots, and he sees himself up on the monitor. I was like, Dieter, you need to start working on the hair. I mean, you got to come to work and go work a little harder with the hair, because that's all we see on this shot.
I think it looks good, Dieter.
Yeah. And he called it Mike Leake hair.
It's true.
Yeah.
0-2 to Turner, and a broken bat rolled her back to the mound, and Drees will throw him out.
He said it was appropriate today the way he wears his hair, because he's been told that he looks a little bit like Mike Leake.
I see it.
First baseman number 35, Cody Bellinger.
Peter, go get a Diamondback hat and put it on. Let me see.
Don't do that. 2 gone here in the 6th inning. The Dodgers 8, the Diamondbacks nothing. And Cody Bellinger, who came in one of his last 18, has 2 extra base hits today, including his 38th long ball.
That was a sad at bat right there for Justin Turner. That could have been the 2 home run bat that just broke.
All right.
Yeah, that's not good. They got more where that came from, and they do break bats, but you get 2 home runs in one game. That's a collector's item, that bat now. I wouldn't throw that one away. Cody swinging like he's trying to make some memorabilia.
He's got 4 multi-home run games this season. Muncy's second, 2 gone, and Drees home with an 0-1 that misses in. Arizona's bullpen has been really good in this series. Just 1 run over 9 2/3. I beg your pardon, just 1 hit over 9 2/3. No runs on 1 hit. A little bit low. Escobar to give it a look. He's got room, and that does it for the Dodgers in the 6th. Hello, or hello, Tyler White, as we go to the 7th inning, brought to you by Wells Fargo. White replacing Cody Bellinger. Hyun-Jin Ryu, 6 more scoreless innings under his belt. Home with the first pitch to Adam Jones. Strike 1. Hadn't skipped a beat, has he?
Nope. He is so good. We've talked about him just being in the rocking chair, and he's been in it all day. It's great rhythm. 4
hits allowed, all singles, 1 from Jones. He's struck out 3. He's walked 1. Gets chase here, 1-2. The most in control man in the ballpark, whatever ballpark he steps into. Two and two. The lone exception of those 7 runs that he allowed in his last start in the month of June at Coors Field. He has been exceptional. And since that start, he's got an ERA well below 1. Easy play at third for Turner. Jones busting up the line, but the throw gets him 1 away. And we go down to Alana.
Guys, you were just talking about the calm and cool demeanor of Hyunjin Ryu and not missing a beat, being on the IL with that neck soreness. I had a conversation with Caleb Ferguson earlier today. I go, have you ever seen Hyunjin sweat, perspire? I don't think he ever has. He goes, actually, when we were at Clayton Kershaw's Ping Pong for Purpose ping pong tournament, Hyunjin told Caleb that he needed to stop playing because he thought he might actually start sweating. So he stopped playing ping pong. We have yet to see him sweat, guys. I don't think he does.
Wow. He is the anti-Shaquille O'Neal. Nick Ahmed, strike 1. Feels himself going there and just puts his foot down. Says, I'm done.
He gets it done. He's in great shape. He's really taking it a lot more seriously. The off the field, getting ready to pitch. The eating and the working out. Guys usually gain weight after they get married. He's gotten in better shape. I'm not going to bring up dad body.
That's a sensitive topic. Softly hit the short, charging Seager, running throw, 2 up and 2 down.
The elite defense continues, consistent and brilliant. This could have been very interesting if Corey Seager does not charge it aggressively, but he gets to pick his own hop because he breaks on time and stays aggressive through the ball. Very easy hop at knee high. If he hesitates a little bit, it's down by his feet. A little harder to keep your balance, your momentum, and throw it accurately.
Two gone in the 7th. Carson Kelly, sweeping breaking ball, a little bit low. Kicking the 1-0. On a 2-1. That's low and inside, and ball 3. Good chance this is the final inning for Ryu, you'd figure. First start coming off of the injured list, even though he's at just 87 pitches, but an 8-0 lead with a big picture in mind. Lined over a leaping Muncy and into center.
He'd rather let you do that than walk you. Only 1 walk today and a hit batter, or a batter that got himself hit. His fastball right down the middle, low and scorched by 2 gloves into 1 in center field after it bounces.
Strike 1. Blake Swihart, first at bat of the series for him.
A lot of weak contact by Arizona today, but that ball off the bat of Kelly, who has hit him far, 105.
Quickly 0-2. He strikes him out. Hyun-Jin Ryu right back in the saddle. 7 shutout innings and an 8-0 lead as we stretch. Dodgers trying to take this series, looking for their 10th win out of their last 12 games. Joe Davis, Or Hershiser, and Alana Rizzo as Hyun-Jin Ryu pitches 7 more shutout innings.
Looking up for the family section, telling them I'm almost done. I'll be showered and out soon.
Corey Seager hits it foul, strike 1.
You don't have to stay in the hot sun anymore. I'm done pitching.
Probably waving up to Bae Ji-hyun, his wife. Grounded at first for Christian Walker, feeds Matt Andriese, and Seager the first out of the 7th. Really, we don't give her enough credit because he has taken off and leads baseball in just about everything since he put a ring on it.
That's true,
as they say.
Yeah.
Got married before last season. Will Smith comes up in an 8-0 game. I think what gets lost, at least from a national perspective, about Hyun-Jin Ryu is how good he was last year when he pitched. Everybody talks about 2019. Here he is out of the blue as a Cy Young candidate. Had he pitched a full season last year, he was a Cy Young candidate. So that is now 2 full seasons, and again, not full, but 2 years where he has been one of the 2 or 3 most effective pitchers in baseball. Right center field off of the bat of Will Smith. He's got his 2nd extra base hit of the day. Home run and a double for the Fresh Prince.
He has such good rhythm, a short compact swing, a gap-to-gap guy. He'll go left center to right center and drive the ball to both places. The power to hit it to the opposite field, over the fence or in the gap.
A runner at 2nd with 1 out. And here's Matt Beatty, who has reached all 3 times with a single, a walk, and an intentional walk. That's a strike, and as we assume, that's probably it for Hyun-Jin Ryu as Yimi Garcia warms.
It's interesting when Will Smith and Matt Beatty are back-to-back in the order, because you're getting almost see a mirror image of guys who like to hold their hands kind of right where their chest is, and it's a really short movement to get the bat into the hitting area. They don't really take the head of the bat and kind of point it at the pitcher, wrap it around their helmet. Very short and quick. Even there with like his practice swing, it just keeps it very compact.
Andriese sits him down. 2 away in the 7th.
That strikeout right there made him look like he had a big swing, but it was really just deciding to swing at a pitch that was above his hands that made it look like the swing came apart.
Arco, quality top-tier gas for less.
Center grown to bat with 2 gone, and Smith at second. Christopher 0 for 3 today, 1 for 9 this weekend. The first pitch from Andriese takes it high, ball 1. One 1.
Same amount of runs today as they got in the last 3 games. And they have really upped their home runs today. Went into a little slump with that for 3 games. And Muncy broke that schneid yesterday, and now 4 today.
Yeah, 1 in the previous 4 games, and then the explosion this afternoon. You kind of saw it coming, though. Combination of things.
Yeah, with Leake, the way he throws the ball, how he throws a lot of strikes, and mainly, you know, over 50% with the hard stuff, with the 2-seamer, the 4-seamer, and the cutter. And we actually saw it with the Dodgers' approach. They swung more often than we're used to. And they met the ball very squarely today.
And it tends to fly pretty well during the day here.
Yep. And a breeze here today.
Yeah. On a 2-2, Negron swings through it to finish the Dodgers 7th, but they lead at 8-0 to the 8th. Sides of the story.
I think Joe Kelly will bend it his way.
As he should.
Of course. And now we will support him.
Pitching change. Fast-acting pain relief pitching change brought to you by BioFreeze. After 7 shutout innings again from the Dodgers starter. This time Ryu. It's on to Yimi Garcia for the 8th.
Caleb Ferguson was on the pregame show down on the desk, and he talked about the friendly competition in the bullpen, especially where you root for each other, but you know that everybody is competing for a spot on the postseason roster. So pretty much when they admit to that, let the competition begin.
A late defensive change too. Edwin Rios at the very last moment ran out there to play third base. Didn't even get a chance to throw any warm-ups. Top of the order for Garcia. Tim Locastro looks at strike 1. How about Hyun-Jin Ryu over his last 8 home starts? 57 2/3, 2 earned runs.
Wow. Really, really good.
It goes back to early May. And it has now made it 6 games in a row with the starter for Rick County Cotton. The Dodgers has been really good. It is 2 earned runs over the last 38 2/3 from the starters.
It's a different reaction when Ryu's going to pitch than, let's say, a Kershaw or a Buehler. When Kershaw or Buehler are going to pitch, you're excited. When Ryu's going to pitch, you're like, I know I'm going to have fun.
Calm.
Yeah, I'm going to have fun today. It's going to be fun to watch him pitch.
Going to smile a lot.
Yeah. But Buehler or Kershaw pitch, it's like, ooh, it's going to be a big day. It's going to be an exciting day.
Crack your knuckles a little bit.
Yeah,
right?
like get on the edge of your seat a little bit more. Ryu, you're just kind of sitting back, relaxing.
Sitting with him in the rocking chair.
Yeah, you just put your sunglasses on and sit back and just watch him pitch.
Sipping Arnold Palmer.
Yeah.
Sure.
Sure. Yeah, or an adult beverage.
Right. Into that bright sunshine, in right field, Jock Peterson shading his eyes, making the catch.
Buehler and Kershaw are your Friday night starters. You know, reuse your Sunday day game starter.
Perfect.
You know, stayed out late on Saturday night, went to a nice dinner, get up on Sunday, a little lazy, get some church, and go watch Ryu pitch. Buehler, no. Friday night. Friday night's all right for fighting, get a little action in. A little Elton John. Let's go, Walker.
Club music pumping a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, you mentioned Ryu is perfect for Sunday day games. His day game ERA is now below 0.40. Marte foul.
Wow.
Everybody's okay.
Ryu pitches so well during the day because when he gets up in the morning to when he goes to bed at night, his pulse never raises. He doesn't need those 3-4 hours to kind of wake up and get it going. It's just that's the way he goes about his day.
Steady state.
Yeah. Some guys can only pitch well at night because they need the day to kind of get the blood flowing and get into it. And those day games come and they're kind of abrupt, and it's like, oh my gosh, I got to get this thing going here. I just got up. Now I got to get to the park. I got to pitch by 1 o'clock. I've got too much to do to get that going. I was terrible in day games.
You were?
Oh yeah, terrible.
Do the numbers bear that out?
My feelings do.
2-2.
I always blamed it on the hitter could see the whole ball because it's so bright. And at night, the lights just come in from the top. And I know the sun's in the sky, but it seems like the ball is fully lit in the day compared to at night.
He strikes out Marte. 2 gone. Whatever makes you feel better about it. I mean that truly, because I don't want you to feel bad about the day-night splits.
Why, are they about equal?
I'm still looking them up, but you had a really, really wonderful career. Don't let that bring you down.
Okay.
No matter what this says.
Well, the hardest day game is the Saturday day game in New York when you've just flown there, because that game is starting early for your body time.
So officially a 331 at night and a 383 during the day.
See?
Half point higher.
Half a point. Just because they could see the ball better.
Yep. Escobar hits it deep to right and breaks up the shutout. Eduardo Escobar with his 26th home run, and it's 8-1. He could see that ball pretty well.
Yeah, he could see that one just fine. That was a sweet swing. And Yimi Garcia was throwing the ball really well to a whole bunch of edges, both sides of the plate. Close to the mid-90s, but he caught up with that one. It's a shock to your system, everything going well, but you see that one leak back towards the middle of the plate. Right about at hand height. So just cruise that bat through the strike zone. Hit that one very well by the Fly Emirates. Foul poles.
First run for the Diamondbacks since the 11th inning on Friday night. Christian Walker with 2 gone. Beats the shift with a roller through the right side.
There's a contrast in hits.
Sure. Yeah.
Christian Walker pulls out a fake pistol out of his back pocket, like he put a bullet through the infield.
Jake Lamb to pinch hit in what is now the pitcher's spot because of an earlier double switch here in the 5 spot in the order. Andriese handled the last 2 innings. TJ McFarland getting ready for the bottom of the 8th. Dodgers will have Rios, Peterson, and Muncy. Off day tomorrow, then they head to Miami. Kershaw, May, and Buehler in those 3 games. One ball, one strike on Jake Lamb. Walker off first as the 1-1 flies home and Lamb fouls it 1-2. Dodger calendar, speaking of that series, brought to you by Nissan. 3 games in Miami, 3 games in Atlanta, which will be a matchup of the top 2 teams record-wise in the National League. Going to be a preview of the NLCS. Top 2 teams in the league, but the Dodgers 9 games better. Garcia's 2-2 gets Lamb swinging to finish off the 8th, but Arizona gets on the board on a home run from Escobar. All Dodgers in this one hitting 4 home runs, and before they bat in the bottom of the 8th, we check in with studio for a preview of Access Sportsnet Dodgers.
All right, thanks, guys. 4 home runs today for the Dodgers in support of Hyun-Jin Ryu, fresh off the injured list. Nomar?
He's telling me he only needed 1, the first one.
Dodgers looking for an 8-2 homestand. We'll see you right after the game.
All right, guys. Edwin Rios taking strike 1. Position player pitching alert. Alex Avila.
Got a little movement there. Having a little fun.
Rios, spinner left side. That'll be an infield, no, outfield hit as it sneaks out of the glove of Eduardo Escobar.
Hey, when you got a guy that really has good stuff on the mound, you got to try and beat the shift. Just go the opposite way like that.
That's it. Don't try to do too much.
No. Or you swing super early because he does no velo at 74. You hit it off the end of the bat and beat the shift.
So Rios for the base hit and his first at bat today. This is the 2nd inning for Alex Avila as a pitcher lifetime. Pitched an inning last year. Actually 2 innings, 2 scoreless innings. It's a ball on Jock Peterson.
How much data do they have with Alex Avila that they shift?
13 pitches worth.
Okay. I guess they're just playing the hitters, not the velocity. I'd move them all over to the right side against Jock. When they're throwing 95, they play the shift. Now that guy's towing it up there and barely getting it to the plate. I would think Jock's going to pull it.
Four-pitch walk. We were talking last inning about the Dodgers and Braves being a matchup of the 2 top teams record-wise in the National League. Dodgers have seen everybody now. It'll be interesting to see the Braves again for the first time since very early this year. As it stands right now, who to you is the biggest threat to the Dodgers in the NL?
I don't really think there is one, but yeah, after you take away the Dodgers,
You don't think there's any threat in the National League?
Yeah, I think it's the Nats in the starting pitching.
Yeah.
I think it's the Nats for sure.
Because it'd be probably in a 5-game series, and anytime you get 3 really good starting pitchers, that's scary in a short series.
Yep.
That feels good for Muncy, who is 0 for 4. Dropping one into center field below the bases.
I've got a lot of confidence in this team that they are going to be the same team that they are in the regular season when we get to the playoffs. I think in past years we've worried a little bit about, what's going to happen with, they depended on the home run, what's going to happen with, relief at times.
Garcia rolls it to short, and that will be a double play. But a run scores, and it's 9-1.
Outscored the Diamondbacks 13-1 over the last 2 games. Don't you think it's Washington?
Yes.
Yeah.
For that same reason.
That's the differentiator.
First at bat for White today.
You know, if it goes Ryu, Buehler, Kershaw, if it goes Kershaw, Buehler, Ryu, I don't know which way the rotation will shake out. If it goes Kershaw, Ryu, then Buehler third. It's going to be a good matchup.
White flies out to right and sends us to the 9th inning with the Dodgers all over the Diamondbacks.
Be here when the Los Angeles Dodgers close out a 3-game series with the Toronto Blue Jays Thursday, August 22nd at 7:10. The first 40,000 fans in attendance will receive a Kike Hernandez bobblehead presented by Pirelli. For tickets, visit Dodgers.com/promotions.
JT Chagua to handle the 9th for the Dodgers, leading 9-1. They'll face Jones, Ahmed, and Kelly. 6, 7, and 8. That homestand you're talking about, Toronto and New York, will be the last one of the month of August. Time flies when you're having fun.
You're winning this many games. This season has flown by.
This is the 120th game. 42 left after today.
And I think we can put this one in the win column, so they only have to play 500 to win 100 games the rest of the year. 21 more wins.
Grounded to third. Rios, chance show off the arm. It's strong but wide.
He wanted that one really bad. He's been working hard on his defense.
Number 13, Nick Ahmed.
It's one thing to come up as a pinch hitter. It's another thing to come in and play defense. I think most people would tell you that the batting is easier than the defense. You just can't simulate that. When you're going to be a pinch hitter, you can go in the cage, you get loose, you get baseballs coming at you, you can do tee work, you step into the box. It's like, okay, I'm ready. Defense, just first baseman dribbling a few balls over at you and you throw it at the first base from the exact spot you catch it. It's a lot different than backhanding one down the line and having to gun it. No excuses. I'm just saying. I think it's a little harder to play defense when you come in. It's his second inning at defense.
On short notice,
yeah.
Went out there after the last warm-up was thrown. Here's an 0-1 to Nick Ahmed, and it's in there for a strike at 97. 0-2. Froggy.
Yeah. 97.
Flied to left center field and deep. Negron will turn and watch it go. Ahmed with a 2-run home run, and it's 9-3.
'97 was impressive, but this slider that he throws him, it just kind of hangs there. It doesn't have anything real sharp to it. You see, it almost goes dead straight or backs up a little bit. Nothing on the pitch up and down to get it off the barrel, and nothing left or right to get it off the barrel. So where Ahmed saw it is where it ended up.
9-3 game. Carson Kelly up. 9th inning, nobody out. And he takes ball 1. Dodgers dropping the opener of this series 3-2 in extra innings on Friday night, winning last night 4-0. And cruising in this one, 9-3 in the ninth. Chargois trying to get the final 3 outs. Falling behind Kelly 3-0. Dave Roberts would have preferred to have this just be Chargois and everybody else chill down there. But with the hit and the homer, Baez standing by. Strike 1 on Kelly.
Off day tomorrow, so you don't mind using your bullpen pieces, but with the Dodgers looking all the way through October, they're really managing the workload of everybody, so they can use the off day and a nice clean inning here by Chargois, if he can get through it, to rest Pedro Baez, to rest others.
He gets Kelly. So 1 away as Swihart comes up. So, you know, we referenced the other night that the post game will get together. We give credit to our graphics crew last night for getting the word brouhaha on the graphic.
Yes.
How is this thing on Friday night almost officially become known as a brouhaha? It was in the MLB Network official pregame notes today, too. Like, not even in quotes. It just said, after Friday night's brouhaha, nothing happened. I don't know.
Is there a definition for brouhaha to know that that's exactly described correctly?
Yeah, but we can find it.
There's the instigator of the brouhaha. Wasn't very ha-ha to me or the Dodgers.
It's French.
Okay.
The word, not Robbie Ray or Archie Bradley. 2 balls, 1 strike on Swihart. A state of social agitation when a minor incident gets out of control. Also referred to as an uproar or a hubbub. But for whatever reason, the only thing anybody's referring to this one as is a brouhaha. And I'm down with it.
Me too. I like it.
2-2. Our booth boss, Boyd Robertson, gave us a list of other words that could have been used even though they've stuck with brouhaha. How about a good old Donnybrook?
Donnybrook.
There's punches, right?
Yeah, it feels like there's punches in that.
A fracas?
A fracas. Feels like punches are in that one, too.
Agreed. 2 gone here in the 9th inning as Swihart strikes out.
Those are more like a street fight.
A ruckus? Could have been a ruckus.
A ruckus, I could see. That feels more like wrestling and pushing.
I like hubbub, too.
Yeah, hubbub. You know, what's the big hubbub about it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It was just a brouhaha.
What's the big deal? It's not a fracas.
So the D-backs down to their final out. Dodgers 9, Diamondbacks 3. On the verge of taking 2 of 3, getting their 10th win out of their last 12. And again, Oral taking full care of business at home. This should be an 8-2 homestand.
We are so spoiled here at home, and we're spoiled on the road. They've got a big-time winning record there, but here at home, it's ridiculous. They're going to be 38 games over 500 at home. They might not lose 20 games at home this year. They've only lost 16, right? Pretty special team when they wear white.
Castro cracks his bat on a foul ball, and they're down to their last strike. Our friend Rand Elkins emails in. What about dust up?
Yeah, I think isn't that on Boyd's list?
It is.
We just haven't gotten there with 2 outs in the 9th.
Boyd gave us a list of 16 terms.
And don't give us a hubbub on the internet, on the Twitter.
No.
Okay, we can talk about this when it's 9-3. No dust ups.
No brouhahas. We already had one of those this weekend. A 1-2 from Chargois to Castro. A squabble.
Oh. Yeah.
Isn't that a game? Board game?
It's Scrabble.
Oh, right, right.
You never know. There might be one called Squabble. You can also go to a nice restaurant and get a squab.
2-2. LoCastro takes it low, and the count goes full. So the Dodgers off tomorrow as they fly to Miami. 3 with the Marlins. And then 3 in Atlanta before coming back home, opening up an American League East homestand. 3 with the Blue Jays, who are the bottom feeders in that division with Baltimore, and 3 with the Yankees. 3-2 pitch. That does it. The Dodgers take another home series. They go 8-2 on this homestand. And on a 4-home run day, they beat the Diamondbacks 9-3.
Another great start from a new guy that is back and healthy in Ryu. He's fantastic, like the other 5 starters prior, and the power did return with the 4 home runs, and they were even pretty good with runners in scoring position today.
2 of those home runs came from Justin Turner, but 7 of the shutout innings came from Hyun-Jin Ryu, who improves to 12-2 on the season. Takes another step towards making a really good case for Cy Young.
Every day he takes the mound could be a fun day, and he gave us another great day. Goodbye, everybody.
I feel like I can be done, right? You can be
I just got you right there. 9-3 finish, Joe.
Keep going. You know how I do it.
What's next?
You save for
final score here, 9-3. Now for Joe Davis, Alana Rizzo, and our crew. Stay tuned for Access Sportsnet Dodgers.
Say your own name, though. I'm Oral Hershey.
I'm Oral Hershey.
Well done. We'll talk to you from Miami.
That was a brouhaha.